I could not resist first adding stuff on the back of this one, and I think starting with this strip fits nice, I guess. Today it's Saturday morning, and oh my god, normally I never ever film on a Saturday, but yeah, my hubby is working today as well to finish something up, and well, it's even late in the morning, but I thought, why not? I have, because I also in the testing mode. Why I'm in the testing mode is because I turned my camera back to the beginning. I call that back to the fabric settings, just to see if that helps. Maybe I changed so much in the settings the last year that maybe it's the problem, that it's not focusing as it should be. So I turned everything back. So I am very curious how it will work. So if it does not, I apologize right now. Sorry for messing all things up, but I'll hope it will be cool. Fingers crossed it will. Alright, in the meantime, I am going to cover the back. I was thinking, can I not add a nice big pocket on this page? Yes, I could, but do we want that? Too much is not, well, sometimes I do say, well, the more the better. Well, not always. No, that's not always the case. You definitely want sometimes a nice designable page where you can add maybe later a nice, what if I cut these right away, where you can add a nice picture on the back. You don't need to use it all. But that's normally my problem, because I just hate actually boring pages, and this is not a boring page, but yeah, with no activity, yeah, to me it does. But that's just my habit. I want to do maybe too much, and too much is not always good. So for this page I am just decorating with the pages that I have, with the imagination that I have, with the combination that I think fits nice, and it fits with this as well. And I think I don't have enough, but I do like this, and then maybe one strip extra with this one. That's maybe a good idea. So what's the deal, guys? So yeah, I had a late morning actually together with my daughter. we cuddled a lot this morning with the dogs, and some education back again for especially the pup. I must say the pup is really playing now a lot with Chica, and I just amazed because yeah, it's a big dog and a small dog, but oh my gosh, they do really well. But I do need to have a look. I never saw dogs, but I know it's normal, opening their mouth and then just clicking the mouths to each other, and it's phenomenal to see. A small dog and a big dog, but yeah, the mouth keeps open and they don't bite each other. It's so cute to see. Even Chica does sometimes bite in, not bite, but moves her teeth into the big lip of the puppy one. Well, I still call it a puppy one, but it's a good, huge dog already, especially in front of the two small ones. But yeah, it's still a puppy, and she stays the puppy, I think, forever. But yeah, it's so cute to see. In the beginning, Chica was not fond of the pup, but yeah, it's so nice. Really cool. I can talk about the dogs forever. And my daughter say, well, I was telling her on how good the three of them now can play together. Well, even the littlest one is not still fun of the enormous size, but they can do nicely. Like I told you yesterday, the littlest one was laying on the back and the puppy was playing with her, so I never saw that before. So yeah, they're getting along. And I was telling my daughter this morning how good they get along, and she said, well, if I move out the house, my dog still goes with me. And I told her, yes, you can, but if you need to go to work or whatsoever, just drop her off. And because she's used to those two to spend the day all day. So if she needs to go to work, once she is moving out, and that can take for years when that is going to happen, then she can drop her off anytime. I don't think that I can miss her. Alright, so what do you think? I really like this. So it's a very nice thing if you have pictures that still fits nice. Maybe this size fits nice. Maybe two nice pictures. Right here, look, that fits amazing. I like it. Alright, so just for an example. So that's the back of this page. I noticed that these pockets right here below were very wide, so I added, that I still can decorate later, a nice adding for adding pictures. But I still need to decorate this, but it fills it more up. So finally this page is done, front and back. Still we need to do stuff, of course, but yeah, I really like how it is all turns out with all the flip ups and the pockets and the art sizes. I really like it. And then a big, yeah, absolutely amazing. I love also the color combination. I had to get used to it a little bit, but yeah, now it all comes together. Yeah, I do like it. So my first page is done. So are you ready for page 2? Stay tuned. Hello. Okay guys, let's do our next page. I have something in mind, so fingers crossed everything will work out. So we're gonna start with this square one. So yeah, did you need to make those marks same as I did, or shall I just give you the measurements from all this? Well, it is easy. I really like just a simple measurement, and that is 1.5. So 1.5, and make these lines. Then you have exactly the same as I have, and that's easy to work with. So I'm gonna grab a 160. Okay, and we are going to make a tunnel that leaves us Yep. Let's cut first this the same size. I still like to see my white edge, so let's cut this. Okay, let's create a 1/2 inch. There we go. Burnish this down. Okay, put this on the top. Make a mark here. So we create a nice large tunnel. Score and cut. Here we go. Alright, put some tape on it. Go. Peel off one side. Place this down nicely in between your mark line. And we're just going to peel off the back. Here we go. Nice. Alright, that's done. Let's continuing with this spot right here. Let's grab another. For this we can grab a 120 gram. No, this is too small, so we need to go this direction. We're going to make a large pocket right on that belly band. So one side and one bottom. Here we go. Place this down on your left, has to be exactly the same. Make a mark and score and cut on the other side. Always save a little leftovers. Alright, let's fold the bottom. And this is just a little bit shorter, but then it will be the same size, just a fraction shorter. Perfect. Alright, let's add some tape on it. Here we go. Cut the corners, always cut the corners. Saves you bulk. Okay, and then this will fit perfectly on here. Alright, put that on. Don't forget your tape. Peel off the wrists. There you go. Nice big pockets on a big belly band. Big pockets, big belly band. Yes. Cool. Alright, what's next? Okay, let's see what's next. Put this away for just a moment and grab your cutting piece. I'm gonna use the 160. And we're going to cut an 11 1/4 by 7.5. And we're going to need 2, so I like to cut right away 2. So 11 1/4 by 7.5. Alright, first we're going to score the long side. 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 7.5, and 9 3/8. Then we're going to flip it and we're going to score 1 7/8. And 5 5/8. Alright, then you have all these, and I do see that that is not correct. This one is correct. This does not. Why? Why 1 7/8 to a 3 3/4, and I scored a 4 3/4. That was my problem. 3 3/4. Alright, so this one was my fault. So I did give all the correct measurements, only I scored the wrong one. Alright, let's do that again. So a 1 7/8, and I'm just going to give you my little note. A 3 3/4. I mentioned it correctly, but I just scored wrong. Then a 7.5 and a 9 3/8. Alright, flip it over, and then a 1 7/8 and a 5 5/8. 5 5/8, that's here. Okay, see, this one is correct, and the other one was as well. Alright, let's fold. Oh, let me first give you the little note for those who want to know. So 11 1/4 by 7.5 cuts. Then you score 1 7/8, 3 3/4, 7.5, and 9 3/8. You flip your page over and you score again 1 7/8 and 5 5/8. And we do need those 2 times. Alright, so then we're going to fold everything. It's easier to do this now. Let's burnish it all. Okay, that's done. And now we're going to cut these 2 long pieces. Alright, so these ones. Okay, I'm going to use my cutting tool for that because it has a nice mark on the side, which I can see exactly where in, I can cut it. If you don't trust yours, then just use a ruler and a knife, of course. A knife! Alright, so I'm gonna fold this as well. And I still can use this, even though there is a false fold line in it. That's no big deal. You don't see it when we are done. Alright, and with this one as well, we're gonna cut down. Here we go. Okay, put this away. Alright, now we're going to fold these. Okay, so what I like to do is you're going to hold this piece down. This, I call this. It's not a square, it's not a round, it's not a triangle, it's a... No idea. Alright, and then you have, well, this just needs to fold down like this. That's not that difficult. These two needs to pop up each other. Alright, now you see that this is going to fall, but these two are pointing to the wrong direction. I want it this direction. Okay, so hold this down, place this on here, and now these are pointing upwards. That's what we need, because this folds down right here. Can't make it any easier than that. And then you have this. Yes. Alright, let's do that one more time. So you have your folds right here. Keep this and this to each other. See? These two to each other. And these are pointing the wrong direction. Okay, these two. So the second fold, not the first one, the second one. So this to each other, and then eventually this is also going to be here. And just fold everything nice and flat. There we go. There we go. And now we have two of these, but if you flip one and place these two to each other, then you will have two fold outs. And if I did it correctly, then these two fits on here. And they do. They are a little smaller. That's always the case. Yes. Cool. Alright, so now what we're going to do, we're going to place this down. So if you flip these around, as you can see, this and this, we're going to tape it or glue it down, but I'm going to tape it. So if you just flip these around and you see the top ones, that is we're going to tape. There we go. You also can do this direction, it's totally up to you. It is totally up to you how you are going to put tape on here. You even can use just glue. It is all up to you. But we definitely want this to keep it down on the paper. Alright, I think I'm gonna do these as well. Okay, yes. Alright, so let's see. Upside down. Always check where the fold is going to be. Yep. So these are going to be on here. Alright. Cool. Wait just a sec. Okay guys, my weekend is over and we are going to continuing with this page. What we are all going to explore. That's our one piece and our second piece. Not glue this in just yet, because we're going to do something with the closure. So we have our big pocket right here. So I'm just going to grab a new page. This is going to be the 160 grams. And we are going to cut this the same size as our pocket. There we go. Alright, the first thing with this, I like to give this a nice shape. So let's see, where did I have my shapes? Where, oh, in black, they were in black. I was searching for the white ones, but that is not, yeah, I did have them in white. Okay, find them. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Alright, so we created this one, which I'm gonna use. So first we're gonna search what the middle is of your page. That is here. So you're gonna place this in the middle. I like to flip this, it's easier to draw. Alright, place this in the middle. And then we are just going to redraw this. Here we go. Yes. And we're just going to create this further, and then at the ends I am going to make a round one. So I'm just going to place this here so we can create a nice round shape, same as here. Nicely in the corner we can create another round one. Alright, that's a nice one. So we're going to find the design paper that we want to use for this. And I think everything is open. What vibe do we want? Well, you can use anything that you like. Anything. You also can keep it nice and solid with some black. It's all up to you. I did not use this one. I like it. Okay, I think I will go for this one. Nice purple one. Yep. Let's do that. Okay, so just checking how wide this is going to get, because you don't need to use a full one, but you can, but it's not necessary. So I'm just gonna see how wide this is. So here's my ending. So I think 1/2 inch lower. So that's about, let's give you the measurements. That's about a 2 inch. I'm gonna cut mine at 2 inch. Let's flip this around. Alright, 2 inch. And you also need the back, so I'm gonna cut another 2 inch because this is going to be flippable. Okay, next step is cut this down with a black edge. Here we go. You can keep all the leftover pieces. Yes, and then it's just a matter of cutting. So one up, and then the other one, of course, back. You can keep these on each other, on the back. Flip this to the back. Make sure that they are even, and you have your black edge. Use a clamp for it. And here we go. Yes! Alright, now this is not easy to cut, so if it's not easy, just replace it, and then when you are done with the cutting right here, you can, oh, I do like to start on the other side. Okay, place this, and let's cut this. Here we go. Okay, and now I can go back, place my clamp, and then the rest you just can cut off. Okay, and when you have cut these out, you can move them away for just a second. I'm gonna grab back my page with the pockets on top. And now we're just gonna see how much do we have left if I just place this in the pocket. Do we have this left? Just checking. Yep, then it's not fully inside. See, didn't I place tape in? I thought I was, but could be cutting smaller. This needs to go deeper. Why is it not? Oh, there it goes. It does. It does go deeper. Check, check, check. Yes, this is fully. Alright, then I have this left. This I have left. Well, that's actually very nice. See? Then it comes here and it looks like an envelope. Not bad, not bad. So what I'm gonna do, I noticed that it was just a fraction too wide. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this just a millimeter smaller. Just a tiny little bit, meaning that I need to adjust that. and I will, just checking. Yeah, this fits so much better. So, okay, yeah, that fits better. All right, need to adjust this as well. That's just a little cutting off. The rest will be fitting, I guess. See, that's just on this side. Yeah, we can do that when we're gonna put this on. That's just a minor. All right, we're gonna make a fold line, and that's on the mark where I just made my mark. But I like this, yeah, a tiny bit. Just place this down. I really like that it's going to be hanging on this edge. So I'm not going to make this completely down, but a 1/4 higher. And then I'm going to make my mark where I want my fold line. Alright, so that we're going to do. Make your fold line. Oh, make it nice straight. Gosh, make it straight. Here we go. Fold this down. And then this goes inside till your fold line. And that is your first piece for your... And by the way, I guess that we definitely need some extra with it. So I have the under where it's 1/4 smaller than the pocket. So I'm going to keep that. I'm going to make another fold line here on this side, on this short one, because we need it for our pop-up thing. And yeah, how much? Yeah, I always say a 1/4 is way too much and a 1/8 is tight. So I'm gonna get an in-between. So I'm gonna move my fold line away so I can score on my 1/8, so I have an in-between. So in between the 1/8 and the 1/4. That is the size that I love to use as an extra space. I think we're gonna need that. Yes. All right, so this fits in the pocket. And then you will have this. Yep. All right. Now we need another piece that's going to be on here. But I think maybe we can just flip this backwards to your body. So we're going to grab another piece of paper. Again, I'm going to grab the 160 this time. And we're going to create this just 1 millimeter smaller. Let's cut this down. Make a fold line, and with this one we also need to create that extra space. So I'm going to score a 1/2 inch, and then again I am going to move this to the mountain. I'm going to score a in between. Here we go. Fold everything. And now with this one, it's up to you. Do you like to have another nice edge? And this is your time to decide if you want one. So we have a nice edge here. Do you want to make another one? Then this is your time, because I am going to make this not too small. I think a 1/2 inch lower than the top of this pocket. That is for sure. And then, yeah, like I said, this is your time to decide if you want to make the same edge as the other one, or just keep it like this. It is up to you. It is up to you. It's all up to you. You also can create an edge for the ones that are for the paper that I'm going to put under here, but I think that's too much. So I think I like to add this as well with an edge, so you have an up and down. But on the other hand, if you make an edge, then you have less place to put your photo on. It is up to you. I am gonna do that. Yes, I love it. And I think I also gonna use the same paper as that one. So again, see what your middle is. Grab your design, place that in the middle. Redraw everything. Make a line and create as well that nice corner. I always love to see that you can create so much with just a simple tag. You can. It's that simple. Alright, again a 2" of this paper. Cutting this shorter with a black edge. Here we go. Saving all the little bits. And yes, we're gonna cut this again. Remember, put these back. Alright, otherwise your cutting will be not cool. Place this down on the back with the black edge, left and right. Here we go, on the right spot, clamp it, cut it, and we are ready to go. Yes, we can do this. Okay, let's see. So I have my piece ready. So let's place this down on your pockets. Here we go. Alright, so we have a nice flipping down place for extra photos, and you have this take out tag. And then we're gonna close this with a nice string. Alright, let's see, what do we have left that we can use? Yeah, I always love this one. Love it. You can use anything, of course, that you like, but I like the simplicity of this one. Let's see if you have a wound punch. I don't think that I can cut 2 of these. I can have a little less big one. We're gonna create so much more leftovers, but we don't need a big round one. Just use what you have, guys. Just use whatever round punch you will have. Anything is possible. See, I really like this one. Alright, I also need to have some extra for the bulk, then it's easier than to use a 160. Alright, so as many as you like. I'm going to use 3 for each wound one to create some thickness. One, 2, 3, and then the design. There we go. Here we go. Alright, 2 round ones. Smooch the edges, but I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Alright, that's done. Gonna let that dry for a moment. So we have our 2 pages. As you can see, I did not glue this one down because I am gonna put my wound piece on it. And I'm quiet. I am. Grabbing a boîte. You can make this a little space. I just forgot. You can. Not each time necessary, but it is nice. It is nice to create a little space. Then it has already some space. Yep, it is something I love. Okay, I'm gonna put this one as soon as I have my papers on here. So let's see what kind of papers do I like to create right here at the bottom. Let's check. What will fit? Nice pink, the black, the blue, the black. I love this one. I just love it. Yep, I'm gonna keep with that. All right. Do we? Yeah, we definitely need a nice edge, don't it? I think I'm gonna keep doing this. I just love this one. Alright, 1/2 inch. And I also need a 1/2 inch for the top. And 1/2 inch for the back. And then another 1/2 inch. Yeah, we do need 4 strips. If you like to use the same as I did. Alright, so let's create this. Black on black is always difficult. It is. Ooh. Yeah, sometimes these markers are not always the best choice, but yep, this is the size. Alright, so these we can use in a second, but I first like to add my wound piece. Okay. And it's hard because I also like the back of this one. Okay, let's smooch the edges, glue this down, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, ready that I have decorations on. Love it! It's amazing. Alright, then you're just gonna put your tag in here so it fits nice. You also can do this later, of course. That's totally up to you when you're gonna do that. And then we're just gonna place this down with some space from each other. And then we're just gonna apply this. And then we can continuing with everything else. There you go. Yes, now it's time, to fully decorate everything. But now it's time to put these inside. Or we are first going to decorate that. It is up to you. This will be maybe in the way if you're going to decorate all this. So you can put first your decorations on here. Maybe that's even a better idea. Or you can do that later, as always, with all the leftovers that we're gonna create. I think that's even a better idea. Yes, alright, so grab those two. See where they perfectly fit. A nice little edge I have left. Alright, so I know that I have a small edge everywhere. Well, maybe I am gonna put a little glue just to, I can move maybe a little when it's needed. Because you definitely don't want to glue this down wrong. And now I can move a little. So nicely in the middle. I like to be a little away from the edges as well. Oh, yep, there we go. That's the beauty of that you can wiggle a little. Yes. Okay. Alright, let's do the same on this side. Here we go. Peel this off. So many loose pieces. Here we go. Oop. Sure it's the correct spot, the correct side. This is not easygoing. Definitely not. Alright, I'm just gonna place this down just a little away from the other one, just a tiny little bit, because this will not interfere. Yes! Burnish it down, 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 down. Yes, and yeah, like I said, you can decorate, but yeah, we will get more leftover pieces, so I recommend that you do this whenever you have leftover pieces, instead of cutting now your big pages into these small pieces. We can do that later, but this is the closure for everything. Yes, cool, cool, cool. That I had a string just wide enough. I don't know, maybe this is a small one. Here we go, cut this shorter. And then you will have your closure. Also a pretty small short string, but you get the picture. Alright, yes, I like it. So now you can put all your design papers on, and then you still have your big page on the back. And I think I like to add a large booklet inside, where you can create another big photo frame. So just place a mark. Let's make a fold line. Let's create a nice big booklet. Love that. So you can add all your big pictures, small pictures. It's just always easy. So I'm going to grab another page. And I'm just going to place that in the corner, so it's nice and even with all the rest. Hold it down. Here we go. Alright, and now if you cut this, here we go. Then you can decide how deep this is going to get, or how wide. If this is too wide, then you always can cut it shorter. I think I will. And then I love to add this 1/2 inch here and half inch here, but I definitely need to cut it down a little, because now it moves not easy in and out. That's not what you want. So I am gonna cut this a little shorter. So see, this is way better. Yep, this fits nicer. Alright, so nice big booklet inside here. Yeah, if you're gonna decorate the back, there's one thing that I do hate about belly bands is I need to have one full size of design paper if you like to let this glue in nicely in and out. Otherwise it will bump into each other. Maybe we can figure out something that we don't need. What if I put, I'm just going to test it out, guys, for you. What if I Well, it's going to be the same, I guess. What if I put a black tint paper in here and only glue down these strips? Or white. White is maybe a good idea. Let's find a white tin piece of paper. Let's cut this with a nice black edge everywhere. Here we go. Now what if we put this in this big pocket, so we have all the edges. Okay, so this folds in nicely, but of course you want to have those black edges covered with what would fit nicely. I think this would fit marvelous, or I think the blue one also fits nice. Love the combination with these. Let's see, this blue also fits nice as a back. This is too bright. This is also, no, I think I will go for this one. So what if just leave a little white edge and just move this a little inside, just a fraction inside. I think just 1/8 or something. Let's test that out. Because I don't want to use a full page for just covering up the belly band background. But normally it's not easy, because it will bump into. So whatever you're going to put inside. But this is a big one, so I can't go in with my hand to avoid that. So it should working. Alright, let's place this down. I did not glue the white just yet, because I'm still in the testing mode. So this tiny nice white edge I have. There we go. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Little white edge. Here we go, smooch the edges. Here we go. Now what if I put this tape on here? You don't see because it's a fraction inside, but maybe it will help. Maybe, I don't know. Let's test it out. Make sure you are burnish this down pretty well. Okay, I think this will do. Place this down. On the correct side. Okay, let's do the same on this side. Yes, okay. It looks nice. It looks very, very nice with this big belly band. Alright, so we have our... Oh yeah, that works like a charm. Perfect. Cool. Yes, and you always can give your big booklet a nice... Wait, I want another one. You always can give your booklets or tags a nice... Oh, this is maybe... Oh, yep, it does work. Wow, that's a tight one. I like these. Cool. Oh, especially when you're going to open this up. I like it. Alright, so that goes inside this big booklet, ready to decorate whenever I am ready. Yep, guys. What do you think so far? Yep, and then I am ready to put all my other papers on. Other decorations, maybe, you never know. And then we're further gonna get this page ready with everything that we have. It's the most fun thing to do, in my opinion. I just really get a kick off when the design paper is going on. Then the page is really come to its judge. Do you think? And then I'm quiet. I know, I'm so sorry. Oh, well, there's so much to tell still. I am just totally in my focus right now. Not occupied to make mistakes. I do see sometimes that people are crafting while television is on. My bestie also did that in the past. Always had her television on while she was doing her paintings. And I never understand that, but yeah, that's maybe just a thing that people are used to. But yeah, I never do, of course. I get too quick occupied and distracted, and then I'm totally off. When my television is on, I never see anything else than I'm watching. Even it does not bother me or whatsoever, or it's interesting, but moving images will always be my thing to get occupied. Yes, okay, cool. So far with this page. Yeah, I do like it. Also that you can pull this out. And that you can pull this out. That you still have this. Yeah, I just love this. Especially when it's later on decorated. But yeah. That you can pull things out. That's always nice. It will get better if I have decorations on here. Why? Did I not add tape on here? I did I? Okay. Alright, so far, so cool for this page. Woohoo! I like it. Cool.